Get ready for the dictation. Start. Honorable Speaker, to have ease of doing business for those who deal with government or CPSEs and carry out contracts, I propose to set up a conciliation mechanism and mandate its use for quick resolution of contractual disputes. This will instill confidence in private investors and contractors. The forthcoming census could be the first digital census in the history of India. For this monumental and milestone marking task, I have allocated rupees 3000 crores in the year 2021-22. Goa is celebrating the Diamond Jubilee year of the state's liberation from Portuguese rule. From the GOI's side, I propose a grant of rupees 300 crores to the government of Goa for the celebrations. I propose to provide rupees 1000 crores for the welfare of tea workers, especially women and their children in Assam and West Bengal. A special scheme will be devised for the same. In these last few paragraphs of Part A of my speech, I draw the attention of this august House to the fact that at the beginning of the current financial year, the pandemic's impact on the economy resulted in a weak revenue inflow. This was combined with high expenditure to provide essential relief to vulnerable sections of the society, especially the poor, women, SCs and STs. Unlike many other countries, we opted for a series of medium-sized packages during the pandemic so that we could calibrate and target our response according to an evolving situation. Once the health situation established and the lockdown was being slowly lifted, we switched to ramping up government spending so as to revive domestic demand. As a result, against an original budget estimates expenditure of rupees 30 lakh crores for 2020 to 2021, our revised estimates are rupees 35 lakh crores. We have maintained the quality of expenditure. The capital expenditure estimated in revised estimates is rupees 4.39 lakh crores in 2020 to 2021 as against rupees 4.12 lakh crores in budget estimates 2020-21. The fiscal deficit is revised estimates 2020-21 is pegged at 9.5% of GDP. We have funded this through government borrowings, multilateral borrowings, small saving funds and short-term borrowings. We would need another rupees 80,000 crores for which we would be approaching the markets in these 2 months. The fiscal deficit in budget estimates 2021 to 2022 is estimated to be 6.8% of GDP. The gross borrowing from the market for the next year would be around rupees 12 lakh crores. We plan to continue with our path of fiscal consolidation and intend to reach a fiscal deficit level below 4.5% of GDP by 2025 to 2026 with a fairly steady decline over the period. We hope to achieve the consolidation by first increasing the buoyancy of tax revenue through improved compliance and secondly by increased receipts from monetization of assets including public sector enterprises and land. The Contingency Fund of India is being proposed to be augmented from rupees 500 crores to rupees 30,000 crores through finance bill. In accordance with the views of the 15th Finance Commission, we are allowing a normal ceiling of net borrowing for the states at 4% of GSDP for the year 2021 to 2022. A portion of this ceiling will be earmarked to be spent on incremental capital expenditure. Additional borrowing ceiling of 0.5% of GSDP will also be provided subject to conditions. States will be expected to reach a fiscal deficit of 3% of GSDP by 2023-24 as recommended by the 15th Finance Commission. In the July 2019 to 2020 budget, I introduced the Statement 27 on extra budgetary resources. It disclosed the borrowings of government agencies that went towards funding GOI schemes and whose repayment burden was on the government. In my 2020 to 2021 budget, I enhanced the scope and coverage of the statement by including the loans provided by government to the FCI. Taking a step further in this direction, I propose to discontinue the NSSF loan to FCI for food subsidy, and accordingly budget provisions have been made in revised estimates 2020-21 and budget estimates 2021-22. The extra budgetary resources details are at Annexure 6th. We know that the FRBM Act mandates fiscal deficit of 3% of GDP to be achieved by 31st March 2020 to 2021. The effect of this year's unforeseen and unprecedented circumstances has necessitated the submission of a deviation statement under sections 4.5 and 7.3 of the FRBM Act, which I am laying on the table of the House as part of the FRBM documents. Towards achieving central government fiscal deficit along the broad path that I have already indicated. Stop.